Hi guys, we're back. Married at First Sight, season 11, episode 8. Yes. So
I'm Michelle.
And I'm India.
And we're about to get through this because we're on some time constraints.
Yes, we are.
And we got to get it done.
Okay. Brett and Olivia.
Brett talked to the guys. Nobody at the bar thought that his
budgeting was a big deal.
Woody had a whole opinion. Like, bruh.
I was with Woody this time.
Yeah.
I was with Woody. I was like, yeah, she's right. She's not going to go from 4 to 5 star accommodations to 2 stars.
3
and
stars.
She'll pay the difference.
I'm still not sure about that because she's weird. She said she wanted him to pay for his own ticket. Which I think he should. But anyway, that was last episode. The other thing was they did the budget in the kitchen. And
it was similar to my budget that I used. It was very basic.
Yeah, so he was being real extra about her not having a budget.
Yeah,
but
he said his budget for going out was $125 a week. Going out,
eating out,
right. And she said hers is more like $500. That kind of makes sense to me. She's single.
She doesn't like to cook, and she has money.
Mm-hmm.
And he's broke and doesn't want to waste money, so he cooks. Like
but that meal look good.
And she was like, and she actually was like, okay, well, when you cook like this, that means that
we'll have more disposable income.
Like,
so to me,
that
made me feel like she would pay for it. She's like, look, with my extra
like we
income,
have a budget,
saving,
right? You're right. Like it's
that still goes to entertainment
like
for me.
Pool.
Yeah, you're cooking. I don't have to eat out
as much. That goes to entertainment.
Yeah. He meal prep.
He wants it. So then it's like he has this very absolute way of thinking. Yeah. Like if you're not building, if you're wasting money on having fun, then you don't want to have a high net worth. You don't want to build wealth. No, you can build wealth and have fun.
And I can take a guess at who can build wealth the quickest.
The quickest.
Between her and him.
I'm just saying.
You can't build what you don't have.
And it's just, I don't like his way of disparaging people when they don't do what he thinks should be done.
I agree.
Like, he's so negative. Like, it's like, if you don't do it one way, then you're stupid or you're dumb. And that's not life. That's not real life.
Brett is something else. I don't like Brett.
I don't like him either. I thought he was going to be the Zach of this season, and he's not really Zach, but he's not likable.
He's not, and I don't think any of the guys get along with him. I think they would have a crew with the other 4 guys, Henry but without him, he's
not value added at all, and he be banging them brews, honey. He was chugging.
Alcoholism issue.
He was chugging, and his friend even when he and his friend were having dinner, because they kind of had a lot of people, a few of the couples talk to their friends, and his friend was just like, what? I mean, he was like trying to give that alternate side.
He's like, you want to live now, so you're gonna. What's going to happen if you do all of this, not living for the moment, not going on vacation, and God. And then it's got to be balanced.
There has to be.
Yeah.
And you have to live your life.
But you still have to live. You're going to wait for retirement to go on a vacation?
Brett is...
That doesn't make sense.
Brett is the fun police. I don't like Brett.
Yeah, Brett. Boo. But I still don't know where they'll go. They seem to get over every disagreement.
Yeah.
And it seems to be okay. So
she talked to her friend about him, but pretty much said all the things that we already discussed.
She's just concerned about living.
Yeah, I think she's right. Because then the other side of it was she's still not gonna always want to eat at home.
Yeah,
because she's told her homegirl, like, I don't want to come home and sit around and watch a movie and go to sleep every night. Like I am used to going out.
I don't have any kids either.
And
having fun.
Yeah, being adventurous. So their questions were the most risque. Their questions were all about sex. Well, no, them and Christina.
Starfish?
Yes, I had never heard of starfish, but obviously it's...
Wait, I was about to say, who hasn't heard of starfish? The fact that several people in our room didn't know what starfish is.
Obviously I can assume what it is, but I've never heard the term.
You never used it? Like, I'm gonna do starfish tonight?
No, never. I've never heard the term.
That is so funny.
Until I watched the show.
It's just such a. It's like one of them terms that you just assume everybody knows. So that's the funny thing.
I knew what it was because I know what a starfish does. Right.
And you know it's about sex. But at first when they said, would you rather starfish, before they say doggy style, you wouldn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So
I
as soon as you saw starfish, I was going to be like, starfish. But doggy style, everybody would prefer doggy style.
Yo, first of all, the fact that you were willing to go
are
with
you still in a starfish
oh,
or ride?
lazy ass.
Would you rather starfish or ride? Which one? Which one? Would you rather starfish or ride? That's what it usually is a comparison. Doggy style, you're still not in control. What would y'all rather do? Starfish?
She's changing the question, all right? And I'm still not picking starfish.
Gonna pick doggy style. But I love those questions. I like that game when they were like,
yeah,
would you rather
would you rather
5 hours sex every time or 5 minutes? Like everybody was saying 5 minutes.
No, everybody was not saying. Stupid Henry said he was like 5 hours. But Henry said the opposite of everything.
But who is having sex for 5 hours? That's gonna be one.
Henry is so. Like somebody said they thought Henry was a virgin. Henry might be a virgin because I feel like people that don't have sex have they think people do stuff a certain way, but in real life it doesn't happen that way.
No, they said 50 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, but 5 hours or 5 minutes, hours of sexual intercourse.
It's almost as if he's never had sex to know that is the most ridiculous
thing
ever.
Thing I've ever heard about.
Everybody. They were just like, who would want to? And then they were like, can you just do multiple 5-minute increments? Because boom, boom.
Right. If everything works. I mean, neither are ideal, but if you had to pick one for the rest of your life? Oh, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, hands down. Right. But maybe the men wouldn't want that because maybe they would feel like...
The men are the reason why it's 5 minutes half the time anyway.
They are the reason.
So, okay.
Give me 7, 8, I'm good.
15 max. 15 is like really ideal. 15 is like awesome. 15, 20.
That's terrible, y'all.
I mean, the whole experience should be other things.
Yes, exactly. But if we're just talking about... Okay, no, all right, we take it. We're taking it too far. Don't flag us. Okay. Karen and Miles.
Yeah, Karen and Miles. So, I mean, I thought they were having some good conversations.
She's very mild-mannered.
She is. So she keeps saying something that bothers me and really... I take it really slow with guys. Why would you marry a stranger?
Yeah, that right there, she should.
I don't understand that concept. Like those two are the furthest from each other. Like they are polar opposites. Marry a stranger, take it slow with men. Like, why would you marry a stranger? Now, India says,
money. Money.
But like, if that really is her personality and she's not just doing this for Miles. Like, she doesn't even seem like the type that would do it for money.
True. She doesn't seem like it, but you never know.
Maybe the contract made her stay. Maybe you can leave, but it's very specific reasons to leave under the contract. And if you break the contract just because you're uncomfortable or you have second thoughts, it might be costly.
Cameron.
And then
she seems like she's faking.
But her friend told him that she likes men that take control.
Well, that's what she's been saying. She likes aggressive men. She likes men who...
But what on earth would give him... the idea that he didn't even want to kiss her. He was afraid to kiss her. So we found out, obviously, that they kissed prior to his friends daring them to kiss.
Like, that wasn't a real kiss. That was
but neither of them were real kisses.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God. At the
she
wedding.
shouldn't have been on this show. Karen, why were you on this show, sis?
Why?
And then when the friends were around, their friends seemed like they're real friends. And
they had a really
his
good...
sister, I liked his sister. She was like, he's a good guy. Just, you know...
Yeah.
And then Karen said something that didn't make no sense. She was saying, I'm a giver too, so he needs to give me room to do that. What? That would, if you were a giver, y'all,
you would understand him.
And Bennett.
You would be so understanding. Like it wouldn't turn you off, or it wouldn't make you. She's trying to find a nice way to not seem like a bitch that never liked Miles from the start.
I think they will stay together.
No. Anyway.
Okay.
So, but I think she's trying to basically come up with all these reasons that make sense, that sound good, and then half of them don't even sound good.
Yeah, they don't sound right. The truth is she's not attracted to him.
She's not attracted to him.
She might think he's attractive. He is an attractive guy. I mean,
but she's not personally like turned on by him.
Maybe his energy or something. I told Michelle maybe he stinks or something.
I do not think that man
stinks. I'm just saying. What? Like, it could be something so random.
I mean, what could you do though if he did? Like, it's. I don't know.
What if he don't bathe enough?
I don't know.
This is why I couldn't be on a show like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
It's a lot of criteria that
you get to see through dating that you don't get to see here. Yeah.
No, I couldn't do it.
So okay, so they're friends and their family group seemed like it would get along really well.
Yeah, they seem cool together.
She did say, "Oh, he let me do my thing and get ready for today and gave me space." And he was, they talked about words of affirmation. Well, he talked about the fact that basically, girl, you and so many guys are words of affirmation. Like guys need their ego stroked. So who the hell was she with before?
And but this why he done had a whole baby on her.
Anything else about them? So the preview for next week, he does something she doesn't like. He crosses a line. We don't know what that line is. Which I think is right.
I want to have sex with my wife.
I think they're trying to make us think that's what it is, but that's not it.
What did he do? Come poke her in the back while she was asleep?
Anything, everything, because she don't like him. Nothing. He can't do anything.
He said when she was like, "I'm not going to call the police if you try to kiss me." He was like, "I don't know that."
And
how he gonna walk up to you and kiss you? You like this?
That speaks volumes.
What is he gonna do? How is he gonna just walk up and try to kiss you?
Volumes.
The only thing he can't say is, "Babe, give me a kiss."
And she was just like, he keeps asking for stuff and asking for stuff. I just want him to take it, cause you're the most welcoming person.
And that's his point.
Nah, girl. But his sister made the comment that he's the type of person that's gonna love anyone. He loves love. She was like, so she's still not sure that she's his wife because whoever he's with he's going to treat them well. So treating somebody well is not an indication that he likes them.
So they might, I don't know, because I think if they make it, she's pretty traditional. I don't think she's gonna go to divorce, even though she did the show. I would say they probably not gonna be together by the thing, but if she says yes, they'll be together by at least for a few years. Anyways.
Okay, so
Karen and Miles, Karen. Okay, we did Olivia and Brett.
Christina and Henry.
Oh yes, Christina and Henry.
Let's see.
Woo, Henry is getting on my nerves. That's probably not a popular opinion, but
it's hard to watch somebody struggle through trying to get someone to talk to them. Yeah. Like, that is not fun to watch.
Christina might be a bitch at times.
But who would be okay with Henry being socially awkward? Oh, and then she called him out on him not being able to give eye contact. And that's a very common, like, socially awkward thing. Like, when people aren't comfortable in social settings, they often avoid eye contact. That's also an indicator of autism and Asperger's. So
that's what I diagnosed him with.
We'll see. But either way, so he got, but I was kind of mad because, bro, he was talkative when his friends were there.
But they did say it takes a while for him to
He was talkative with the guys at the bar.
Kind of. But was he asking questions or he was like, oh, my turn, let me answer?
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? Her thing is, I have to initiate every conversation.
And not just every conversation, but every conversation to be taped. So the producers are shady because they always show her going off and then they show what the producer's introduction is.
I'm not mad at her.
But her point is, why are y'all sending me stuff? Send him stuff. Tell him to initiate conversations. Tell him to do this stuff for taping. Like, if we're taping, I'm not the only person responsible for taping. And that's what she was mad at.
Okay, here's my analysis of Christina and Henry.
Okay.
I think even though people might not like Christina's personality, she might be a bit much, she at least is still good for the show.
For sure.
She seems mature enough to she could find somebody that want to marry her. Somebody need to put her in her place. Henry is terrible for the show. So yes, people love Henry. You love the underdog. You love the quiet person. But he is, let's be realistic, he is terrible for the show. Christina,
the only drama that he brings is the fact that he's terrible for the show, so he pisses her off.
It's to the point where I don't want them to complete the show.
Right, because we just want to see Amani and Woody.
Right. Let me see Amani and Woody, or shit, let me even see Brett and Olivia have some type of friction. I don't want to see this shit.
No, because
they gotta go. Please, by episode 10, they be off the daggone show. Yeah, please let them be off the show by episode 10. I'm tired. Like, I literally can't do it. And Henry, he might be a great guy. Christina, she's good for the show. You always gotta have somebody who hates the cameras and a bitch.
Yeah.
But then she apologized for just going off the handle.
She actually did, which I was surprised by. Like, she actually is giving him more space than I think he deserves. Like, I think she's frustrated for good reason, and he keeps going to this impatient, which leads me to believe that when people don't give him, because he's so damn slow, when people are impatient and slow. I mean slow literally in like everything he does. I'm not saying he moves slow, he thinks slow, he talks slow. So because he's so slow, when people are impatient with him, it's frustrating. He does not like impatient.
So what was up with his friend who came in there?
She's
it was
so
like,
shady.
I'll take water. Girl, you was chugging them beers down 2 weeks ago at the wedding. Now you're like, no, I'll just take water. Don't be coming up in my house shady. That's one thing.
She's super shady.
Your little
his friends
opposite
shady
sex
as hell.
friends need to come correct.
They were
just
shady.
like Woody's opposite sex friend came correct.
I couldn't tell if was she somebody's girlfriend or no.
I don't think so. I said
Okay,
Woody's friend.
tell.
It could have been. Probably,
yeah, and she could like because they had so many friends and people that came in. You didn't really know.
She was the only woman that Woody brought. Miles had a couple women. I think that were his sister, then another woman friends too. But it kind of makes sense. They're in education. I'm sure they are great friends with a lot of women.
Yeah,
you know. But she was like, yeah, it's different. I can't just call him and say on Thursday, let's go to happy hour. He has a wife.
Yeah.
So I don't think she was necessarily someone's girlfriend. She was like, but you can come. But anyway, we're not talking about Woody. We talk about
Henry's shady ass female friends.
Yeah, and that's too much. That's too much. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do it. You would have had to put her in her place.
And Christina actually either didn't catch the shade or did a really good job.
She might be slow too.
She did a good job of ignoring it. Because I was like,
I would have been like, oh, you need to get her.
And she was like, thank you so much for telling me that. No, I don't care. Mm-hmm.
And you know damn well you should have told Henry not to be on this show, friend.
Right.
It took you years to even be friends with this man. Okay, so who's the next?
Wait. And they got into it multiple times on this show, on this episode. Like they had them get into it. Yeah. 2-3 times.
And the producers are showing it because that's all they're getting.
Because that is all they're getting. Henry is.
He does not. He's the worst person they have had on this show.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Christina has fake friends.
Oh, that's right.
None of Christina's friends came to the gathering.
So we believe the older couple was hired.
And I think the gay guy or the flamboyant guy, whatever, was also hired.
You think he was hired?
I do not think she's friends with him. I think they paid somebody who would ask good questions, be interactive.
Yes, because he came for Henry. He was like, "You haven't what?" Like he was
I'm learning something new. Like so, that's clearly not your close friend.
It was extra. That dude was so extra and but then the other guy was like, well, Christina said she wants someone that's aggressive and takes charge. That is the script that they gave
them. So I think that the show bought friends for Christina.
Okay, so our theory is that Christina is apparently from New Orleans.
But don't live there.
But does not live there because she's a flight attendant. Maybe she was in flux as far as her living situation at the time this was taping. And therefore she was able to relocate to New Orleans for the show. And maybe in fact she would be willing to relocate to New Orleans, period, if she did have a husband who she wanted to be married to, but she's not going to have a husband that she wants to be married to. I just don't
understand why they don't have confirmation that you have a place and confirmation that you live. Like you can't even.
You don't have to have a place to be on this show because the show is about money and drama. What do you mean?
I'm just saying basic needs: a certain credit score, confirmation that you live on your own. I mean, not even that. It's fine that you live with your grandma or whatever, but confirmation that you actually live in the city.
To live.
Yeah, and you have decent credit and you don't have a background.
That's not the goal of the show. The goal of the show is to have drama and to be entertaining.
It's too much.
The goal of the show is not to have couples make it. I think that they try
get
one or two so that they don't look like a complete farce, but that's not the goal of the show. They cast the show.
The show is so funny. Okay, Amelia and Bennett.
They get along really well. They really are.
Cute.
They really do work together. Whether you like their personalities or whatever, like they get along well. Bennett talking about his favorite music is jazz and R&B, and hers is indie folk. I said, okay,
I don't even
know
what indie folk is. I mean, I know folk, but I guess indie is independent.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, whatever. But,
so that was fun. The fact that he was, and somebody commented like, so that's their problem.
Henry,
okay, yeah.
And he was like, also, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, so
Henry
I mean,
and Woody were like, okay, like.
In fairness, like their problems aren't really problems.
Yeah.
But
they do have one problem: that residency issue.
Correct. And his friend came through with I thought it was last week I said it was his sister. I just assumed it was his sister because of the fact that she was like, I don't want you to go. So I assumed it was a family member. But no, that's his homegirl. And apparently she seems like, India said she seems like the friend that was like, don't do it. Like, she didn't want him to do this show. Mm-hmm. So I really don't like the fact that they're making a big deal out of them having to make these decisions or him doing something for his new wife because they've only known each other for this long. That's the damn show. Yep. That's the show. It's the show. Yes, it's a sucky thing that he's going to have to deal with.
This might be the first time where they, in Dallas, when the man wanted to move to Houston.
Right, he wants to move to Houston. The move stuff does throw people off, but people don't know when they're going to get called and casted for the show. They don't know when the show is going to happen. Like, you have to live your life, and then if it happens,
but really, the show could have been.
But that adds to the drama.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, they happen to work, so it don't matter.
Right. Let that man go and move and follow her for a year, and if he don't like it, he gets to come back to New Orleans.
And if he comes back to New Orleans every month for a week, like, you just don't know, like, it's like. But I do get a friend being like, oh my gosh, you are taking it serious because you don't think it's serious. We watch the show, we know about this. Imagine somebody who doesn't watch the show. They probably don't even have TV. They probably all got tiny houses, and they're like, wait, so you made a show, you're really married, and you're about to move from New Orleans, and we all been living here chilling. You're in our friend for 7 years.
And he did, and I want to say Amelia could tell that his friend group was very close. I think she made the comment. She told her friend, and I thought it was really sweet that her. So they were showing the contrast between Amelia's male best friend and Bennett's female best friend, and how they were like not having the same opinion. And so I thought that was interesting. So they tried to make the woman seem like she was hating, but the guy was, but to be honest though, the guy was like, yo, he's solid. Yeah, he was like, yo, you got a good one. He's solid. I can't believe it.
That's true.
It was really sweet. Like, he was giving his approval.
Hopefully, if they are together, I'm hoping actually, hopefully the friends came around. And I get it. Yeah. You don't know her like that. Once you get to know her, you probably will love her.
Then, it would be like, different.
Dang, I was tripping that I didn't even want you to leave. And now 5 years later,
everybody's like besties too. Exactly.
Hopefully that's what happens. She was respectful. He was giving it back too. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. So they seem like they got a real friendship where it's like,
he was like, yeah, I'm trying to figure this out too, but I'm not crazy with it right now.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So I do think, Amelia and Bennett, we're never gonna have a ton of things to talk about with them because they really are just super compatible, no drama. But I thought it was cute. They're just creative. Like, their party was a paint party to create art to put on their wall. Like,
that's dope.
That's dope as hell. So I don't know. I do like them.
I like them too now. They were annoying at first. Amelia's still kind of annoying. I really like Bennett and his personality.
Last week you said Bennett was not funny and he annoyed you.
I know, because he was putting on last
But it's kind of funny that he is putting on because this fool is like, yo, I gotta be on this camera, so let me put on. Yeah, like, he's basically doing it because cameras are around.
Like you said last week, he's an actor.
So anyway, okay. So we like them; they were good. And our last couple is Amani and Woody.
Yes, their friend group was really tight. But look, now Amani and Woody's friends is gonna be friends with what's her name, Miles and Karen, because
they are
friends.
Karen
and Miles' friends are probably similar because I think Woody said Miles is one of his best friends. Yeah. So I know they'll
end up getting together.
Yep. And then they have mutual friends. I watched the and they have mutual friends. So I'm literally, it's gonna be one big happy family.
But I don't think Miles and Karen are gonna make it.
Whatever.
Anyway, but no, Amani and Woody, they have really good chemistry. There was no drama with them this week at all. They just had really good chemistry. He made breakfast for her. They seemed very attracted to each other. He had flowers for her.
That was sweet too.
Their friends.
But you see, Miles bought Karen flowers, and he said she don't like flowers, but they were in the corner, and those flowers were nice. Did you see the flowers? They were better than Woody's. Woody need to step it up.
No, Woody does not need to step it up.
But those flowers were so nice. The friend was like, "You got flowers?" Yeah, she don't really like flowers, but.
Karen. Anyway, no, we not. No, Amani and Woody. I'm no longer annoyed by her voice. I just live with it.
I was never annoyed by her voice. He seems sweet. She's very open. I don't think I would be as open as her. She is very
open
on the show.
When they did the Never Have I Ever.
Yeah, she's so comfortable. We took a shower together. I would have never said that. No. In front of his friends, still, like I would have
2 weeks in, right? It was like, oh my gosh.
She seems very comfortable in front of the camera. That's a certain level of.
She is, and she said, like, I'm so surprised that we are where we are at this point. Like, I don't think either of them were expecting that. That's crazy.
I really like Woody's personality, but I'm kind of with you that he might not be ready to be a husband. But hopefully he stepped it up and it works. Everybody has growing pains when you get married. Like, it is what it is.
Because this 8 weeks is gonna be very easy for them. I know that they're gonna be one of the easy couples. Every season has the couples that just don't have the issues. They're gonna be that couple that they're gonna play up their drama, but they're not really gonna have drama. But what's gonna really matter is like 6 months and a year. Like, this is just a relationship for them. Like, I mean, yes, they're married, but it's a relationship.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're in the honeymoon stages. Either way, marriage or relationship, they're in the honeymoon phase.
It's just something he a little extra for me.
He is, but she takes it and she's not even tripping. Like, she really does not be stunting him at all. She's like, okay, whatever. She seems like she has a really good personality to be married. To be honest, like she's opinionated and she, has her feelings, but she's a good communicator and she seems to be accepting of who he is, and she's not trying to change. I mean, the drama for next week seems like it's gonna be that maybe Woody says he's fallen in love with her, which again is Woody being
extra,
not aware of, like, in love after 2 weeks.
Maybe the sex was good.
No, that's not in love. Like, yeah, you can care. You can be so happy that you have this and you are looking forward to it, and you're just like, ooh. But no, in love, no. Okay.
All right. Well, that was it, guys.
I mean, yeah, they're.
Don't forget our 2 questions: starfish or ride, or what was the other one?
How you change the question?
Sex 5 minutes
or 5 hours.
Sex 5 hours for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that one. And then there was another one that was a year, something for a year.
Oh, yeah, intimacy with no sex for a year, or sex with no intimacy for a year. It depends on who it's with.
It depends on where you are in life.
I think you would just want intimacy.
If you're married,
and even if you just have a partner,
because you cannot,
and if you already experienced the sex, you know what I mean. A year, I mean, that's a long time, but no intimacy and just sex for a year, and you have a partner that you want to connect with.
That's hard.
Maybe for
most
men,
maybe,
but for me, I need
it
the
would
intimacy.
not work.
Yeah.
Okay, those are good questions. So. Hope you guys enjoyed our review. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe.
Please comment, y'all. We need the engagement. We
turn on the notifications. We're posting this one sooner than last week.
Yeah, hopefully this is posted Thursday.
Yes.
And not Saturday.
We're going to get our lives together. We will. But, all right, you guys. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.